Okay, let's be honest. Trying to get your first job is probably one of the most stressful things you'll have to go through in your life. Having to start paying student loans, constant nagging from your parents, looking at your friends and being like, damn it, they all have it figured out. Why can't I get my first job? And I know this because a lot of my friends have recently graduated, which means they've entered the job market for the first time. Often they'll come to me about hiring advice, whether it be from resumes, interviews, and I'm happy to give that advice because one, they're my friends, so try to help them out. And two, for the last couple of years, I've worked at a startup, and part of my job was working as a hiring manager, sifting through thousands of resumes and really digging into the mind of interviewers, seeing dozens of applicants come into our office and interview in person. And I got a full picture of what it's like to be hired from the employer's perspective. As I was talking to my friends, you quickly see patterns of people being overwhelmed, visibly anxious, and honestly depressed about trying to get their first job. And it makes sense. With all these pressures around them, the stakes are pretty high. But as I started digging deeper into their actual approach, I found something a little shocking. A lot of the times, people's approach was very disorganized. I remember distinctly having one conversation with one of my close friends about his hiring process, and I asked him, so what are you doing to actually manage all these applications you're sending out? What? Like, how are you actually tracking what stage you're at each job and whether or not your resume is actually working for companies or whether your interview skills are actually apt? Honestly, I'm just kind of waiting for recruiters to email back and taking it as it comes. That blew my mind. It didn't seem very optimal to have that approach when you're super desperate for getting a job. Honestly, I'm not surprised. The actual process of getting hired is not something that college teaches you. There's no actual system that's integrated into your curriculum that tells you, hey, you want to do this, this, and this to prep for interviews, and this is how you should do a resume, and this is how you should manage the whole thing. I remember talking to another friend who applied to so many different industries and positions that I was overwhelmed just listening to her. So I thought to myself, there's got to be a better way to do this. So I quickly put together a spreadsheet that she could easily fill out and track all of her jobs, no matter where she applied or what stage of the process she's currently in. A little more polished later, and the first version of the self-started job tracker was born. Now, instantly, we were able to uncover 3 important pieces of data: what stage she was at with each job, what her strengths were with applying, and what part of the process she fell short. And this enabled us to re-strategize and adjust her cover letters, resumes, and interview approach with real-time feedback. Pretty soon, she started getting more invites to second rounds, and even got to her first final round since starting her job hunt back in September. Now, not only is she seeing more results, she's also a lot more confident that she's going in the right direction. And seeing how valuable this tool has been for her has inspired me to make this video and share this tool with you. If you're interested in optimizing your job hunt, click the link below to get access to the self-started job tracker. Keep in mind, this is only the first version of the tool. We'll be gathering feedback from people like you and iterating the product. And as a thank you, we'll be giving you free lifetime updates. So if you're someone who's juggling tons of job applications at the same time, or you just can't nail down why you aren't getting calls back, click the link below to get a free copy of our Job Hunter tool. I really hope that this tool helps you get over the hump with your next job search. Thanks for watching and best of luck.